All right. Bipin Sharma, political analyst, senior journalist, also joining us on the show. Bipin, thank you very much for taking time out. First question first. What are your views on One Nation, One Election? We, of course, were debating up until now on the merits of One Nation, One Election. And, Dr. Verma was of the opinion that this will do more good than harm, as opposed to what opposition political parties are suggesting. It will be good for the country, and also discussing briefly as to the recommendation of the high-level panel that was set up under former president. Your first views on One Nation, One Election, please.
See, a coin always has two aspects. So merits and demerits, that's a given. So reforms are the need of the hour. And if we go back in time, last few decades, so reforms have been an ongoing process in the system. But the most critical aspect is dialogue and discussion. I think that is mandatory, sacrosanct for any robust democracy. So unfortunately, that is not being seen. And who is bearing the brunt at the end of the day? It is the common man who is left disgruntled when he sees frequent adjournments, disruptions in the parliament, because he is expecting a smooth process. When he participates in the festival of democracy, he reposes colossal faith in the system, in the politicians, in the leaders. But then when it is a complete, it's a damn squib, that's without any results. So he's dismayed. And as far as One Nation, One Poll goes, it's part of the electoral reforms. But the ironical part is that last few years, disruptions, adjournments, sloganeering, that has been a regular feature in the parliament. So now it all boils down to see how this will actually take shape when it is tabled before the JPC. But then you have to take both points into consideration, the merits and the demerits. When you talk about opposition, their main contention is, their main assertion is that it will be an assault on democracy, a dictatorship kind of policy that has been adopted by the ruling dispensation, and then attack on the federal structure of the constitution. And on the other hand, the Prime Minister of the country made it amply clear that the basic structure of the constitution cannot be altered. Even if Dr. B.R. Ambedkar comes, he will also not be able to do that. So on one hand is the ruling dispensation pitted against the opposition, which is going hammers and tongs against One Nation, One Poll. But the larger point here is, who is to benefit in the longer run? Because if you take into consideration the fact that what are the advantages, what are the merits attached to One Nation, One Poll? First of all, it can save a lot of expenses, because frequent polls hampers the growth story, the economy, the polity, and not to forget the frequent model election conduct, so code of conduct, that also hampers the development process. But on the other hand, the demerits, which the opposition is talking about, is, attack on the federal structure and attack on the self-governance by states. So that's a critical aspect.
Okay.
But,
I also quickly, since we are making